Get up and go with Duncan and Carly on demand.
Brittany wants to know if it's sunglasses. Pairs of sunglasses. Yeah, right. That's a real struggle.
It is.
Always losing them, always buying them.
That is not it, though.
Okay, what's the answer?
The average woman will purchase 469 pairs of shoes in her lifetime.
Wow.
Lots of shoes.
Y'all crazy.
I love shoes. I counted how many pairs of shoes I have one time, and I want to say it was like at least 40.
This is maybe something I should have said on Weirdo Wednesday, but when you buy a pair of shoes that you like, do you buy two of them?
No.
I always do.
Why?
Because I know I'm going to, like, I'm not talking about like dress shoes. I'm talking about like everyday wearable.
Like your Hey Dudes?
Yep. I'm going to go through those, and I really like that style. I'm going to get two of them right now. Because they go through the styles and they change them up. And
that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. See, but I have so many shoes
you couldn't
that
do
I
that.
rotate through.
Yeah.
You know, that
Oh, yeah.
I don't wear them enough that they'll get worn out fast enough that I'll want to wear the same shoes again. Once they get worn out, I'll be like, it's time for something different.
Stand by. How many pairs of shoes does the average woman own? 19 pairs of shoes.
Oh, yeah, no.
You are well above
I
average.
own way more than that.
The average man
Owns like 5.
owns 7 pairs of shoes. Yes. You got your dress shoes, you got your flip flops, you got your outside mowing shoes.
I'm trying to think how many shoes my husband has.
He's probably got more though, because
I think he might have a little more.
he gets all fancy.
He does. Yeah, I think he has more.
But it's
than
not
7.
40, I can promise
No,
you that.
No, it's not.
Congrats, by the way, to Angie in New Hampton. She had the correct answer. We're going to get her a 106.9 KRLC t-shirt. I am curious right now, all the wonderful people listening, who has the biggest shoe collection?
I thought you were going to say biggest shoe size. I was like, okay.
I know. I mean, this is the thing with guys, too, whether they collect their Jordans or whatever.
True. Yes.
Who has, if you're listening right now and you have more than 40 pairs of shoes, shoot us a chat on our app right now. Megan says 567.
Do we believe that?
No, I think, so we're talking about how many pairs of shoes you have. And I think, you know how guys like to exaggerate their size? I think women like to exaggerate the size of their shoe collection because I'm seeing a lot of big numbers. 567 pairs of shoes.
I love the amount of people who called their friends out.
Oh, yeah. So what was, okay, we had this stat earlier this morning. The average woman will buy how many? Over 400 pairs of shoes.
469 pairs of shoes in her lifetime.
And we want to know who has the most shoes listening right now. Open our app and chat with us. How many pairs of shoes do you own? Carly, you're like at 40.
I think
50.
so. It might be more than that, though.
I got like 7.
Yeah. Most of them are Hey Dudes.
Yes. Lots of people. Come on, Joe. Joe says 722. I don't believe you.
Lies.
I need a picture. If you're over 500, I don't believe you.
Angie says her husband has at least 200 pairs. It's funnier when it's a guy that owns a lot of shoes for some reason. But like we were saying earlier, if they're collecting like Air Jordans or something like that, then it kind of makes sense.
Well, in this town, too, we got a lot of doctors. We got a lot of fancy people that dress up.
That's true. Yeah.
But, I mean, come on. You only need 1 pair of black dress shoes, 1 pair of brown dress shoes.
No, there's different styles. Angie called out her friend Shelly, and Shelly goes, I'm only at 148.
Wow. That's insane to me.
I love that answer so much.
Maybe that's just because our house, we don't have the space.
Mm-hmm.
Like our walk-in closet is pretty small. There's not room for 500 pairs of shoes.
Right.
Do you have a favorite pair of shoes, Carly?
I have a couple of favorites.
Okay.
It depends on the occasion.
Yeah. Have you ever been hurt wearing your high heels?
No.
That's one thing I'm always amazed when I see women that can walk perfectly in high heels. I'm always like, how do you do that?
Well, in college, I did a dance routine in heels, like in high, like the skinny heels. So not like the chunky wedge heels.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to wear those heels specifically to weddings because I know that I can dance in them and I won't die.
So you're showing off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me. Yeah, I never understood high heels, man.
Yeah. So I feel like I can handle heels pretty well.
They're uncomfortable though, right?
Yeah, most of the time,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they can't be comfortable. Maybe the wedges. Maybe.
Those are okay.
Yeah.
And it depends on how long you wear them, too. Like, don't wear them all day. That's...
What am I doing having a conversation about high heels? What does my life come to?
Well, can we talk about for a second? We were at Byron Middle School
Yep.
last week.
Yep.
And the teacher's room that we were in, she was wearing super cute high heels. And I'm like, girl, you stand in front of a classroom all day. How?
I didn't even notice.
I could not. Oh, I noticed her whole outfit. She was
That's a girl thing,
her
right?
fit
You're
was very
immediately
cute.
like,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, here we go. Jenna in Rochester is calling in. You got injured wearing high heels. What happened?
I was in show choir in high school, and I actually got my high heel stuck in the back of the riser, tripped off the back of the riser, leaving my high heel stuck in the riser, which prompted another person to trip over it.
Oh,
So one shoe hurt two people in less than 3 seconds. I broke my ankle, and I was super mad.
well, you were mad. How do you think the other kid felt? You idiot.
Oh, yeah, wearing heels and risers is awful.
A bad idea. Lauren says my mom owns 57 pairs of Hey Dudes. And that's not even counting the other stack of the other shoes. Yeah.
Wow.
So the average woman is going to buy over 400 pairs of shoes in her lifetime. It sounds like a lot of our listeners already have hit that goal. How many do you have in your closet? Open our app and chat with us right now.
It looks like Christian called out his brother Justin in our comments. And his brother commented back and he said, I'd have to count, but I think I have upwards of 150 plus. And then his brother goes, you should win. And then his other brother responds, why not? I'm losing having a bedroom full of them. So.
Yeah, right? That's what I think. Like, where do you put all these shoes?
Montana has become the first state to ban TikTok.
Completely ban it.
Yes. And the ban goes into effect the beginning of next year. And
It's because the Chinese government is spying on us, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. And they say that if there are app stores that allow someone in Montana to download the app, or if TikTok allows someone to download the app, it's a $10,000 fine
For each one?
every time. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
They've been talking about this for like a couple years now, about banning TikTok.
People wanting to
Yeah.
ban TikTok. Yeah. So I wonder if other states will start to hop on this, but
I know there have been a couple of states that have banned it from like government devices,
right.
which is fine. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be TikToking while you're working.
Also that. Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, to ban it all across the board, that's wild.
The grandstand may not be available at the Olmsted County Fair this year. There was an inspection that happened required by the state, and they determined that it is not in compliance with structural inspection requirements.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
That grandstand needs some help.
Sounds like it's dangerous. It is
Yeah.
also 85 years old.
So the show will go on, I'm told.
Okay.
I'm told they're working on either trying to fix it ASAP or they're going to get some temporary bleachers out there.
Gotcha. Speaking of shows, there are free shows and concerts that you can check out at the Minnesota State Fair this year. They announced all of them a couple of days ago. There's over 100 acts.
Wow.
Yeah. They're at like the Liney Lodge, the Shells stage, at the International Bazaar, stuff like that. So I created a list, a little cheat sheet of some of the biggest acts that are coming and
Okay.
when you can see them.
I like
So-
that for a couple of reasons. Because one, I'm cheap.
Mm,
Two, it allows me to discover new music that I wouldn't typically
Yes.
hear. So
for sure. Yeah, so you can check out some really cool artists and save some money while you're at the state fair in the process because that's expensive. So you can check out who's going to be performing on our app. And finally, lawmakers have finally agreed to walls checks. There was a deal struck overnight. Bad news, though. It's a lot smaller than what they've been saying. So they were first discussing that each individual would get $1,000.
yeah.
Um,
And then if you have kids, you get more.
some would be eligible for a $2,000 check,
Okay.
but the deal that they came to last night was that a single person would get $260, a married couple would get $520. Cool.
I mean, cool.
Thanks.
It's money, whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
that'll help.
For sure. And $500 isn't something to scoff at, but it's also way less than $2,000.
Yeah. You can get more on that and more local news right now on the 106.9 KROC app.
Duncan and Carly, weekday mornings on 106.9 KROC.